peace. Goodwill toward men.
I love this time of year, waiting for the first snowfall, frosty windows and red ribbon, and singing Christmas carols and baking Christmas pudding. I want to make the most of this season to fill my home with magical, wintry, Christmassy charm. I have so many Christmas dreams for this year. I want to go ice skating and visit old houses decorated for Christmas and try new recipes and host game nights and listen to Christmas albums on my record player and just enjoy every bit of it. To fill the house with warm scents of cinnamon and clove, orange and thyme, pine and cranberry. I have lots of decorating and crafting to do, Christmas trees to find and garlands to make, so join me in preparing for Christmas. I always struggle picking between different Christmas aesthetics, so I thought, why not do all of them this year and just do a different theme for each room? So for my bedroom, I'm going for a kind of retro 1950s Norman Rockwell Christmas. I've been collecting these vintage Christmas cards because I just love their designs. Some are illustrated by Tasha Tudor, I found them on Etsy, others I found in antique shops. For my bookshelf, I just gathered the things I had that felt vintage Christmas to me. My favorite knit sweaters, like my beloved Molly McIntyre sweater that took me forever to knit. I didn't want to go out and buy lots of things, so I tried to work with what I've already collected, like old cookie tins and candles, puzzles, things that are just red and green, and then added my Christmas book collection. I love how it turned out. There's an artist on Etsy who paints all these dresses, and I have been admiring them for so long, and I decided to try to make them myself. I picked out the ones that are from my favorite old Christmas movies. So we have one from Christmas in Connecticut, It's a Wonderful Life, The Shop Around the Corner, Meet Me in St. Louis, and White Christmas. If you haven't seen any of these movies, I would definitely recommend them for this time of year. I just love little paper doll outfits as decoration. I don't know why, I just think they're so adorable and the perfect way to bring my vintage Christmas theme to life. And now just the final touches. For so long, I've been dreaming of doing a Little Women Victorian Christmas, complete with popcorn garlands and pomanders and lots of greenery and bows and candles. These decorations make me think of winters spent skating on frozen ponds and warming cold feet by the fire, bundling up with lots of blankets, reading fairy tales by candlelight. True Christmas magic. I don't know why I haven't done popcorn garlands and pomanders before. They were really quite easy. It was a little hard to get the cloves into the orange, but very satisfying. And they smelled so delicious. The mix of spices and fresh orange juice is just absolutely delightful. A day of decorating calls for a break to make gingerbread men and curl up with some hot cocoa and a classic Christmas movie. So for the kitchen, I wanted to use lots of natural decor so that I would feel like I brought a little bit of the winter forest inside. I added these dollar horses I made last year out of a very simple clay, my woodland candles, and some doily snowflakes. These are stars made of kite paper. They're very easy, just some basic folding, and made it feel very winter solstice-y in my opinion. I decided to hang my paper snowflakes this year to make it feel like a magical snowfall, and I love it. It makes me so happy every time I look at it. So time for the seasonal TBR and watch list. I decided to pick 4 Christmas books for each week of December and 4 movies as well. So for movies, we have 8 Women, which is a French comedy musical starring 8 famous French actresses. It's set in the 1950s in this isolated snowbound cottage where these women are staying. They're all part of this eccentric family, and they find the head of the family, the patriarch, dead with a knife in his back. So there's this murder mystery component to it. They're all very suspicious. They all have secrets. There's a lot of like gossip and family lore, is my impression. It's been on my list for a long time, but it's very hard to find on streaming, and a theater near me is playing it. So I'm gonna see it on the big screen, which I'm so excited about. I think it'll be really fun with an audience in a theater. The Lion in Winter is a 1960s British historical drama set during the Christmas of 1183 in the medieval Angevin Empire. Basically, it's a story of Henry II trying to start a line of succession. So he gathers his family in his castle in Touraine for the Christmas season. This was a very critically acclaimed film when it came out, and I think it still is highly regarded. It was nominated for a few Academy Awards. It stars 2 incredible actors, Peter O'Toole and Katharine Hepburn, who's one of my favorites. It's been on my list for a long time. It just seems like a little bit more serious, so I don't always gravitate towards it. I end up watching like the same silly Christmas movies, but I've been really wanting to watch it, so I'm gonna make it happen this year. A Christmas Tale is a 2000s French comedy drama film about an estranged family that gathers together for Christmas because their mother is sick and she's looking for a donor. So I expect it to be a little offbeat, a little unexpected, as most French films are, and to have very good 2000s rich French people Christmas aesthetics. I think it's mostly set at the parents' very nice house. Also maybe a little bit more serious, but it is listed as a comedy drama, so hopefully lighthearted moments as well. A little bit irreverent, I would expect. The Holdovers came out a couple years ago, and I just never got around to seeing it. It's set in the 1970s at a New England boarding school over Christmas break. The classics teacher has to chaperone the kids who can't go home for Christmas. Also very critically acclaimed. A lot of people I know really liked this movie and have recommended it. And I remember watching like the trailers and scenes during the Oscars and thinking it's something I would really enjoy, so just never got around to it. And now it's the perfect time of year to watch it. So for books, I picked 4 categories: mystery, romance, short story, and historical fiction. So for mystery, I'm going to read The White Priory Murders. This is a book I got last year for Christmas, and I've been waiting to read leading up to Christmas. I didn't know a lot about the author, Carter Dickson. He was a detective novelist writing in the 1930s, and his detective character is Sir Henry Merivale, and in this book he's investigating the murder of an American actress who is in England to perform in a play and is found dead in the Queen's Mirror Pavilion. It sounds like the perfect cozy, snowy mystery. It's a locked door mystery, kind of in the vein of Agatha Christie, I expect. I know she has some Christmas mysteries as well, which I haven't read, and I feel like I need to check out. For romance, I picked Kiss Her Once for Me. I started another book by this author. I didn't make it very far because it just had some heavier subject matter, and I was looking for something like very lighthearted, but I did really like the writing style, so I decided to give this Christmas one a chance. I think this one's supposed to be pretty fun. It's a contemporary romance about a girl named Ellie who's down on her luck and gets into a fake relationship with her landlord so he can get his inheritance and then she can get some of the money, and goes to stay with his family to keep up appearances at their cabin for the holidays, and discovers that his sister is a girl she spent a magical Christmas Eve with, and then something went wrong. I don't know what, a betrayal of some kind. So it just sounded really delightful and fun, and yeah, I wanted to give this author another chance because I was really enjoying that other book. It just wasn't quite what I was looking for. For historical fiction, I chose Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. This has been recommended to me a number of times. It's set in the 1980s in a small Irish town in the weeks leading up to Christmas, and I think largely focuses on the kind of abusive workhouses that the Roman Catholic Church was running for women who were considered impure by society.
Just heard it's a very moving, well-written, powerful, important story. Not as lighthearted, but I'm trying to have some balance. I think it was also made into a pretty well-received film, so if I like this, could get added to the Christmas movies list. And then for short story, I picked Christmas Memory. I found this at a used bookshop and I've been meaning to read it. I think it's semi-autobiographical about his childhood in the 1930s. It's about a 7-year-old who befriends an elderly lady, and it's a lot about his life in the countryside and friendship and the joy of the Christmas season. So I've been wanting to read more things like this, kind of memoir, autobiography, and I love a nostalgic childhood reflection for this time of year. So that's what's on my Christmas watch list and reading list. I love this time of year. I'm so excited it's finally here. And yeah, I'm wishing you a wonderful start to December.